guys, welcome back to another video. So for today I'm just going to be talking through some new goodies that I picked up from Strawberry Net and showing you how I created this everyday glowy neutral look for you. If you're new here, I create videos almost every week, usually makeup tutorials or talk through videos, so if that interests you, please consider hitting that subscribe button down there. I've worked out what side it's on now. But yeah, I'm just going to get straight on into it. If you haven't already heard of Strawberry Net, basically they are an online website that sell discounted makeup from low range, high end. They don't just sell makeup, they do skincare, hair care, perfumes, literally everything. They go from like BYS, Maybelline to like Dior, YSL, all of that sort of stuff. So you get quite a good variety on their website, and usually there's like, it'll be like a slight reduction. Sometimes the price is actually a little bit higher than retail price, but then they've got like a 10% off code, a 20% off, an extra 20 or 15% off, so you end up saving more once you're at the checkout. So don't be alarmed when you start going through the website and seeing, oh well, this only saving me like $2, because by the time you get to checking out, using all the codes and the offers, you'll save quite a lot of money. So I'll go through what I picked up for you. So I'll go through what products I picked up. I've just got the list on my phone, the order confirmation. So I picked up the Nars Cheek Studio palette. It has a blush, bronzer, a setting powder that you can use as highlight, and there's quite a few blushes actually, which are really nice. I also picked up the Mary Luminizer by the Balm. It's such a staple, but I've never actually had it, so I wanted to pick it up and give it a go, and as you can see, it looks amazing, so we'll get into that later. The next thing I got was the Too Faced Dew You foundation. I will show you how that applies later, but so far I'm loving it. And I also picked up the Anastasia Norvina eyeshadow palette. So the total retail price of all of those products came to a total of $231. On Strawberry Net, the total price of my cart without the extra percentages off at the checkout was $206.50. So automatically, just by shopping on Strawberry Net, you're saving $25.40 just by purchasing the exact same products on Strawberry Net rather than purchasing it from the retail shops. So with the extra 20% off code, it came down to $165.20, and then with my extra 10% off code, it came down to $148.68. So that's a pretty big saving. So you're literally saving nearly $125 just by buying the products on Strawberry Net. I don't know about you, but that's a bargain to me. So if there's something that you want to try, definitely check out Strawberry Net. They get a lot of discontinued things. They get a lot of high-end, low-end, pretty much across the board, everything, so they're worth checking out. And I'll leave my discount code up here again if you wanted to use that to save a little bit of extra money. Now into the products. The first one, as you know, I picked up the Dew You foundation. So you'll see on the screen me applying this. So I went in with a brush first, and then I tapped it in with a sponge. I actually really love this. First off, I think it gave the most beautiful glow to the skin, where it was super shiny, but it looked like skin, which was something that I always struggle with foundations. Like sometimes they look really cakey and heavy, but this actually looked like my real skin. It gave me enough coverage, I found, throughout the cheek area, which I will show you in a minute. I did have to go in with an extra half pump just to cover that, but pretty much for my full face I only did one full pump of this foundation, and that covered pretty much everywhere. But I did notice throughout my cheeks, because they were quite red, that I had to go in with a little bit extra just to cover that up a bit more. But I am really happy with how this looks. I'm probably going to do a wear test, check in with you after a couple hours. It is currently 12 o'clock, so I will probably check in throughout, well, I'm going to work, so I'll probably check in with you after work and see how it held up throughout the day, or insert some photos just to compare. We'll see what happens. But I am really happy, and I think this might be my new foundation. I was a little bit worried because, as you can see when it's going on, it is quite dark on me, but once I did set it and everything, it blended in nicely. So yeah, that was the Too Faced Dew You foundation in the shade Snow. I then went in with the Nars Cheek Studio palette. This is the palette that's discontinued sadly, but you can pick it up on Strawberry Net, which I would recommend because I'm actually really liking this. It does have a Laguna bronzer and then a couple blushes in there, which I've never tried Laguna before, so this was interesting. But I'm basically just going to use that highlight white bone shade to set under my eyes and through my T-zone. And normally I have issues with my setting powders going dry and cakey, so I normally only use my Too Faced powder and Hourglass. So when I popped this on, I wasn't really expecting to like it or have it turn out any good, but as you can see, my under eyes and around my nose look pretty flawless. All my pores have been smoothed. I don't really know if this is if it's marketed as a setting powder, but that's what I used it for and it worked pretty well. And I'm just setting through the just where I'm going to bronze later so it doesn't go patchy. But for the bronzer, I did take the Laguna just on a Morphe M500 brush just to give a really soft finish, and I really liked this bronzer. Like, it's not too orange, it's not too cool, it's kind of like a perfect tone for me even though I'm so fair, and it blended nicely as well. I'm not sure why this got discontinued because it's actually a gorgeous palette, but the packaging's cute except it picks up every single one of your fingerprints, so love that. But very cute, very luxurious feeling. For the blush, I just mixed the last two shades in the palette, the peachy colour with a fleck and then that bright pink, and I just applied that. It didn't show up too much. I was expecting it to be a little bit more pigmented, but it's all good. I mean, I made it work. It's just a very subtle blush, so if you like that, you probably like this. You could use these on the eyes if you want to. I had an eyeshadow palette I wanted to try, so I didn't do that, but normally I just chuck the bronzer or something like that through. But yeah, so that was the Nars palette. I would recommend picking this up if you want it, if you like it, if you want a new bronzer, if you like palettes, give it a go because it's really nice. And I highlighted with Mary Luminizer. I thought this was going to be too dark for me, but it's actually not too bad. As you can see when I'm applying it, I got a bit worried, but it doesn't really give me a grey cast. It gives a little slight one, but it's not too bad. And the colour's pretty nice. It's not a crazy gold, it's quite a neutral gold, which is nice too. But yeah, very blinding. It does emphasize the texture a little bit, which most highlighters do, but it's just not one of those that are so finely milled that it, you know, looks like your lip from within. It's definitely one that shows up on the skin, so just be wary of that. But this one did come down to about $21 with the discount, so not too bad. I mean, $21 for a highlighter. Some Maybelline's highlighters in Priceline cost that much, so you're saving quite a lot and it's worth a try. I mean, you can use it as an eyeshadow if all else fails, or go test it in store at Priceline or something like that and see if you like it. But I think it's definitely worth the hype. Like, it's definitely one that everyone should at least try once in their life. Lastly, I went in with the Norvina eyeshadow palette from Anastasia. When I saw this on the website, I knew I had to get it because purpley, mauve, rose gold, peachy tones are my vibe, and I'm really liking neutrals lately, but I still like it to be a little bit more burgundy because it makes my eyes pop. So I picked this one up. Wasn't mad at the price either. Yeah, overall just a really great palette. So I mixed the shade Incense and then I went in with Love over the top of it, and I just buffed those through my crease. And then I grabbed Rose Gold and I popped that on the lid. I didn't actually use a setting spray to make it more intense either. They just went on super foiled. And then I blended the shade Dreamer with Wild Child over the top, just on the inner corner of the eye. And then I went in with Passion on the outer corner, and I just smoked it out a little bit, made it a little bit more deeper. But yeah, very versatile eye look. You can create quite neutral warm colours, or you can go pinky purpley, or you can just go smoky burgundy. Like, there's so many options. So this one's nice and versatile, and we all know that Anastasia makes some of the best eyeshadow palettes. Her formula is phenomenal, one of the best eyeshadow formulas I've tried. They never let me down, so definitely check them out. I believe they've also got Soft Glam. I saw the Amrezy palette on there too. I almost got that one, but decided to go Norvina, and I'm not mad about it. So yeah, very happy with the purchases I made from Strawberry Net, and very happy with the prices too. I'm just going to finish up the rest of my makeup. So for my eyes, I finished up with the Mecca Max Zoom Shadow Stick in Espresso, and I popped that on the top lash line and the waterline. And for mascara, I went in with the NYX Worth the Hype mascara, and as you can see, this one is insane. I think it's my new fave. It looks like I've got fake lashes on, but I don't. I just did about 2 to 3 coats of that, and it builds up quite nicely as well. And then I set with my Morphe Luminous Setting Mist, and I popped on lip liner, which was, what was it? Morphe lip liner in Mimi, and then the Bobbi Brown gloss in Buff. So I popped that on top and gave a really nice peachy glow. So yeah. So this was the completed look I did with all of the products I picked up from Strawberry Net, minus a couple. I tried to get a full face. I just didn't have mascara, eyeliner, and a lip and brows, but that's fine. Everything else was Strawberry Net, which is amazing, and I'm very happy with how the skin looks. I'll pop some more close-ups on the screen for you to have a look at. But yeah, I will do some more check-ins throughout the day and just show you how this foundation holds up. Might be like my phone recording, just because I am going to work, so I don't know how that's going to go. But it's a great way to test it out. So we'll see how this holds up, and I will check in with you in a second. It'll probably be like that for you. Just quickly gonna update you. So this is at 8:30, so it's been on for well over 8 hours. As you can see, it's still holding up pretty well. Not too much separating or anything like that, which is good. A little bit oily through here, but that's alright. Kind of broken down a little bit on my chin. But the bronzer, the blush, everything else is still on. Highlighter still looks great. Sorry that this has to be like a little vlog, but yeah. Alright, thanks for watching this video, and stay tuned for next week. Bye!